Jesus! 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 Yea, my waist, somebody help! His voice could be heard in the neighborhood, gradually fading out. People rushed to his aid as he laid lifeless on the ground. Once upon a time, in the village of Owede, lived a devoted carpenter named Adewale. His life was a testament to hard work and unwavering faith. Every morning, before the rooster crowed, Adewale would rise, arrange his work clothes, and make his way to the local church. There, in the serene silence of the early morning, he would greet Jesus and offer a prayer for guidance and protection for the day ahead. This ritual was as regular as the sunrise, infusing his days with purpose and peace. Adewale the carpenter regularly advises and grooms his family in the ways of the Lord, building them with strong morals. Adewale, in his resting hour, sat at the center of his living room. His family gathered around him. His wife, Folake, sat beside him, her face full of admiration for her husband, while their two children, Tunde and Bola, listened attentively. Adewale was a man of unwearying faith, and his family had always been the center of his world. "My children, remember," Adewale said, his deep voice calm but filled with authority. "The Lord has called us to be the light in His word, to shine His love through our actions. Never forget that honesty, integrity, and kindness are the foundation of a good life." Tunde, their eldest son, who was a teenager, nodded and looked up to his father with pride. Bola, the younger one, was still at the age where these lessons sometimes felt like too much to take in, but she trusted her father completely. "Papa," Tunde asked, "what do you mean by light in the world? Is it like when you go to church?" Adewale smiled warmly, pulling his son closer. "Exactly, Tunde. It's not just about going to church. It's about living your faith every day, treating others with kindness, respecting people, being generous even when you don't have much. That's the light. And you, Bola," he turned to his younger daughter, "you are never too young to show the love of Christ. Always choose to do what is right, even when no one is watching." Folake, who had been silently observing her husband, spoke softly. "Adewale, you are a good man. You have always led this family well. I pray that our children will always follow your footsteps." Adewale looked at his wife with a loving gaze. "We are here to always guide them. Folake, I trust that the Lord will protect us and help us grow stronger together." Adewale's children were now fully focused, the lessons sinking deep into their hearts. Adewale's teachings were simple but impactful. He had always believed in preparing his family spiritually, teaching them the values that would carry them through their life's challenges. Adewale was well known in his community, not just for his exceptional carpentry skills, but also for his generosity and kindness. He would often take on projects from neighbors, including those who could not afford to pay, trusting that God would provide for his needs. His workshop was a hub of activity, filled with the sounds of hammering, sewing, and laughter. Yet, even in this perfect environment, threats were present. One fateful day, Adewale was walking on the roof of a new building. The sun was high, and the heat was intense. Despite his experience, a momentary lapse in concentration caused him to lose his footing. Instantly, he was tumbling down, He shouted, "Jesus! Jesus! Jesus! Yay! My waist! Somebody help!" His voice could be heard in the neighborhood, gradually fading out. People rushed to his aid as he lay lifeless on the ground, his body crashing onto the hard ground. The community watched in horror as their beloved carpenter lay motionless. The aftermath of the accident was a blur of chaos and despair. Adewale was rushed to the nearest hospital, where doctors confirmed the worst: a severe spinal cord injury. He was paralyzed from the waist down. Gradually, as days passed, the reality of his condition sank in. Adewale's workshop fell silent, and his family struggled to cope with the mounting medical bills. Adewale's family, determined not to give up, they took him to various medical centers, each visit filled with hope and anxiety. But despite their efforts, every doctor gave the same bleak outlook. Adewale's condition seemed beyond medical help. The once strong carpenter began to lose faith, questioning why this had happened to him. Even in the midst of this darkness, Adewale's faith remained a flicker of light. One night, as he lay in his small, dimly light medical center, he prayed with all his heart. Tears streamed down his face as he begged for a miracle, reminding God about his inability to visit and greet him every morning like he always do. He felt a warmth in his heart, a sense of peace that he hadn't felt in months. Little did he know, this was the beginning of an extraordinary encounter. In the stillness of the night, Adewale felt a presence in the room. He opened his eyes to see a figure bathed in radiant light standing beside his bed. Guess what? It was Jesus, smiling gently. Adewale's heart swelled with an overwhelming sense of peace and love. Jesus touched him, and instantly he felt strength and vitality surge through his body. One visit from Jesus changed everything about Adewale's health. The next morning, when the nurses came to check on Adewale, they were stunned. The man who had been paralyzed and bedridden for months was now standing, his face glowing with health and joy. Panic ensued as the nurses fled, believing they had seen a ghost. When the doctors arrived, they too were skeptical about Adewale's recovery. His recovery was nothing short of a miracle. News of Adewale's miraculous recovery spread like a wildfire. The community that had supported him during his darkest days were now filled with joy. They flocked to his home to see the miracle for themselves. Adewale welcomed them with open arms, sharing his story and giving thanks to God for his incredible healings. The church invited Adewale to share his story with the congregation. Standing before a packed church, Adewale recounted his experience. As he spoke, the audience was moved to tears, their heart filled with the renewed faith and gratitude. The church erupted in praise, thanking God for the miracle they had witnessed. Adewale's life was forever changed. He returned to his work, his faith stronger than ever. His story became a beacon of hope and inspiration for the entire community. Every morning, he continued his ritual of greeting Jesus at the church, now with an even deeper sense of gratitude and devotion. His life was a testament to the power of faith and the miracles that can happen when one truly believes. Here are some take-home points from Adewale's story. No matter what you are going through at the moment, no matter the challenge, keep your faith alive. Even in the midst of severe adversity, Jesus is there with you. Remember, Jesus is always on time. Miracles can happen when we least expect it. Don't give up. Remember, consistent spiritual practices is very vital in the life of every Christian. Your relationship with Jesus will surely bring about renewed purpose and overcome fears. Truly, it pays to serve God with a genuine heart. That challenge you are going through at the moment, today marks the end. You will be the next to testify. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. See you in my next video.